In this video, we're going to go over how to factor a quadratic using our generic rectangle. So as we've been working with the algebra tiles, we've noticed that the x squared and the unit tiles are always diagonal from each other, and they're grouped together. The tricky part of forming the rectangle was breaking up these x's so that they'd fit nice and neat and form a rectangle. To do that without actually building, we're going to use our diamond problem as well. If you remember previously, we learned that the diagonals of the diamond, when you multiply them, they will always equal the same thing. So if I multiply this diagonal, it has to equal the other diagonal. So I'm going to take 6x squared times 12, and I get 72x squared. So I know this diagonal has to multiply to give me 72x squared, because the diagonals, their products are always going to be equal. Also, I know that I'm going to have 17x tiles. This, if you recall, is our b term. This quadratic is ax squared plus bx plus c. So the a term and the c term went into our generic rectangle, and the b term, here's how I remember it, b bottom. The b term goes into the bottom of the diamond. So now I want to think, what multiplies to give me 72x squared that's going to add to give me 17? Maybe you can think about this in your head. When the numbers get large like this, I like to list all the factors of the top. So I have 1 and 72, 2 and 36, 3 and 24, 4 and 18, 6 and 12, and 8 and 9. Now I just look at these pairs and see which of them is going to add to give me 17, which would be 8x and 9x. Now I'm going to put these into the rectangle. It doesn't matter where you put them because we can just orient the rectangle either way. It's the same value. So I'm going to put the 9x and the 8x there. Now you want to find the GCF of one of the columns and rows, whichever one stands out to you. I see this 12 and 8x, and I think, oh, they both have a 4 in common. Once you find that out, it becomes easier to find all the other sides, because you say, 4 times what is 8x? Well, that's 2x. 4 times what is 12? Well, that's 3. 3 times what is 9x? 3x. And then I like to just double check. Is 2x times 3x 6x squared? Yes, so I did it correctly. So now to change this quadratic from a sum to a product, I was able to use my generic rectangle and my diamond. I don't have to guess and check or use trial and error.